and somebody that cut the grass, no different than somebody that'll wash their car. They see them as another utility. And there's plenty of men that's used to being that. So they can't separate themselves from this type of conversation. So they're going to always get abused. They ain't going to never recognize that women don't even respect women. So why would they respect a man that'll give his whole life to a woman for no reason, just because she pretty, just because she giving some coochie, just because she talked to him crazy and that turn him on? But he don't even understand he really getting handled like by like a buck dancing slave that's trying to get close to a white woman for some coochie.
Man, these women be handling these bitches, boy. They ruthless. We're gonna try to switch it back to the topic. Do we got any more videos?
Let me see here. Let me come on back on here for a second, cause man, like I had a couple videos loaded up, but I had when I rebooted, it knocked me off. But I got some over here, man. It ain't gonna take but a second, cause when you really get into the details of who's perpetuating the madness, and when it come down to who's protecting black women, you got to really go back and talk about the feminist movement. I don't think you can really have this conversation without setting the groundwork on that. What you think about that?
I think so too. I think that ultimately what women view as protection is not is something that they don't want. Like true protection is, what is true protection? True protection is putting yourself in the right position and submitting to somebody who has more information than you. Knowledge is protection. Who they gonna listen to, bro? These motherfuckers. You ain't my daddy, bitch. You never had a daddy.
Let me pull this video up, man. We get busy.
And hoes created the feminism movement. I'm not gonna lie. So realistically, if you think about it, every time you are out and you see a pretty girl and she has an ugly friend with her, what does that ugly friend do? She instantly jumps into lesbian defense mode because she is an ugly Betty. The bitch is jealous. So when you try to talk to the cute girl, the ugly friend usually is like, leave her alone. She hates men. It's like, nah, bitch, you hate men. Back the fuck up. You know what I mean? And she will keep going. And you've seen videos where the cute friend will even tell the ugly friend, like, no, it's cool. And she still will be like, absolutely the fuck not, because she's not getting that same attention. So in the ugly girl's mind, men are evil, men are aggressive, men are everything bad because she can't fucking get the one she wants. You know what I mean? And so she deflects that onto her cute friend. And so then you also have another subcategory. So you have ugly girls, you have hoes. Hoes built a reputation for themselves. They're sleeping around, they're collecting babies, they're collecting bodies. The bitches just don't stop. And so after they're done living their whole life, now they're coming and looking for a man to save them, and no man is willing to save them. So again, they create the same agenda. Men are evil, men are monsters, men are selfish. No, you bitches are just two unlikable categories, and you bitches are going to attract what you put out, which is bullshit 24/7. So with that being that, it just grew so big with them just constantly projecting that message over and over and over, because hoes can be pretty. So you have girls that are pretty, but they're hoes. And so you see them being pretty and hating men, and then another girl jumps on because she's pretty and she hates men. Then you see an ugly girl, she's ugly and she hates men. Then another ugly girl jumps on and she's ugly and she hates men. And it just keeps fucking going. And it doesn't fucking make sense, because at the end of the day, everybody wants to compete with men until it's actually time to fucking come down and compete. They don't want to pay their own fucking bills. They don't want to change those fucking tires. That's the thing. Women feel like there is a competition where men don't see us as competition. They don't give a fuck. Like, you can't compete with something where you don't fucking compare. Women realistically don't do shit. Like, we cook, we clean, but men can also do that. A man, if he really needed to, he could cook a fucking meal. He could clean a fucking house. A woman, no matter how, I mean, she would have to put some real logic together to fucking change a tire. Like, that's gonna take some fucking work. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there's women that can do it, but I for sure am not one. If you take 10 men, they could cook and clean a house. If you take 10 women to change oil or to change a fucking tire, or even to even help you out in the fucking rain, them bitches ain't prepared with an umbrella, a chair, nothing. We just be like little bobbleheads walking around. So it just, I mean, that's where I think it came from. When I really sit back and think of it, ugly women and hoes created the feminist movement.
Oh man, I didn't even mean to snort, but that shit was so hilarious because, like, what you got to say, babe, before Dontre go in?
Nothing. Nothing to say.
What you got, man? Because like Cindy,
Gloria Steinberg, man, yeah. At the end of the day, it is a bunch of bitches that want male privileges that created this shit, and then the hoes that don't like their whole goddamn consequences. These are the bitches that definitely spearheaded this motherfucker, man. It gotta be, because if to be a woman and to be a kept woman is the most luxurious goddamn experience you can ever have. You hoes were Sealy. These bitches, you bitches came in the situation and the nigga was just fucking you because you was around. And then when Suge came around, you felt bad. And then Suge slut ass that made you, Sealy, feel good about your motherfucking self. And now, bitch, you ready to cut this nigga throat when you supposed to be grooming his goddamn chin. You nothing grimy, gutter, low down, slimy ball bitch. We know how the motherfucking story went. Bitches always look like Whoopi.
Hey, define that right there.
Sluts are not. Well, girl, you sound like you need to be fucked on.
Where was that at? Wait.
That's Jewel. Jewel wants some dick.
Wait. You done pulled me back in the camera view. Wait a minute now.
She wants us to understand that sluts are not hoes. Okay, baby, you can be slutted out in a righteous way. Just make sure your motherfucking ass is married. Okay? What? Or in a long-term relationship, because I understand what you're saying. You want the nigga to hold you at the edge of the bed and hump your throat. I get it. But these bitches is hoes. They going from dick to dick and stick. Nigga, these bitches ain't shit. You know what we talking about. About time we get the bitch, we ashamed to be with her in public because everybody else done humped her throat. Like, for real. I mean, you know, the neighborhood hoe, beautiful as fuck. You got to take this bitch to a new city. But the internet follows you everywhere. You can't take a picture with this bitch. She got a whole bunch of kids by all the homeboys in the hood, and they all look different.
Is she always coughing?
Yep. all her kids look like friends.
Yeah. I mean, I call them hoes? Mother Earth. Bitch, you the beginning of all civilization.
Oh man.
Three baby daddies, you Mother Earth, bitch.
Hey, look. I understand what it read like, you know, for sure. It's like not everybody is looking for the same thing, for sure. But based on what we talked about based on what that video was talking about, I ain't never seen an attractive feminist.
I have.
And no, let me define it. Everybody that's pretty ain't attractive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
You true. That's true. Because the prettiest girl, one of the prettiest women I know, is a goddamn feminist. And she can never just sit her ass down and pair bond. Even when she's in a relationship, she's still single.
Come on. Like, they don't trust nothing. And when you get down into it, like, a lot of words don't mean what people think they mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was single and you was single and we was showing like who we was dating, and you would say, hey, this is a chick that I was with, this chick that I was with, and we say both of them pretty, they don't necessarily mean both of them are attractive. They just something to enjoy in the time. You know what I'm saying? But ain't no future with them. The future is attractive because we talk about the future without women involved, right?
Yeah.
So if something fit into your future, that's something that you want to come along with you. Men don't really be talking about their future with the prettiest thing that they saw.
I mean, we don't even like talking to these bitches. I
For,
got a young lady I talk to right now. Gorgeous as a motherfucker. But shit, I ain't venting to this motherfucker. This motherfucker is not venting material. She might say some dumb shit back.
yeah, like she might compare your vent to your situation.
I was talking to of somebody, man. I enjoyed being around. And I was telling her what was going on between me and, you know, my little situation. And I never vent. Rule number one, you vent up and you teach down. Remember that. Vent up and teach down. But these women will beg you to start venting to them because they just want to feel fucking important. But then they'll say some dumb, goofy ass shit that make you not ever want to talk to them again. After I told her what she told me, this bitch told me this. She said, maybe you should not just have any more kids.
What?
And I told you know what I told that motherfucker?
What you told him?
I'm glad your opinion don't matter. There goes your special moment, bitch.
They don't know when to shut the fuck up.
That's why you need 3 of them motherfuckers. And they don't want you to fuck nobody but them. Stupid.
You heard what Gina said earlier. She was like, they need to shut up.
You know, she at the point where she encompasses what 3 of them hoes put together is.
Agreed. Yeah.
A lot of these bitches ain't that though. You really gotta have another motherfucker to supplement the dumb shit in the shit that they ain't doing.
You know what's so crazy? It takes less energy to be quiet. Cause I swear I've been around so many people where like I see what the problem is, but if they don't want a solution, it don't matter if I tell them or not, even if I got it. You know, they not gonna understand it until they get smoked by the situation, and then they're gonna have to learn when to speak when spoken to. You know what I'm saying? Because like generally speaking, that's what life is. Because you can't solve every problem that pop up in front of you. That problem ain't meant for you to deal with sometimes. Sometimes that problem that pop up is meant for somebody else to learn from it. And you have to recognize who that problem is really meant for, especially when you ain't moving in a direction that attracts the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not moving funny and you can be honest about what you're doing, then you got way less to talk about. You just generally do. And matter of fact, your conversation go from 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, whatever that looks like. You know what I'm saying? In your relationship in regards to who you are connected to romantically, right? It's a plus if you got a romantic relationship, but you don't need a romantic relationship, you know what I'm saying, to live a fulfilling life. It's really a plus, you know what I'm saying, to have that in your life. But a lot of people, when they have it, they act like all of them are interchangeable. So they blow the bag when it come down to situations like that. And then later on, they end up in the same tussle that they was in before they got you as a man. They end up fighting each other, being at odds with their own sisters, nieces, aunts, mothers, or whatever, because their internal turmoil still centers back towards being angry at the woman that raised them to be the woman that they are, that can't attract the man that they want.
Yeah, I got an ex right now, man. She used to blame me all the motherfucking time for the relationship being ain't shit. But this is a woman, this is before I came to myself. She helped me. She scraped the last bit of simp that was in me. She had 3 kids by 3 different niggas.
Boy, I saw you make a post similar to that today.
Tell you some shit. This
Come on.
motherfucker hated me more than she hated her baby. Did she hated her baby daddies.
What?
She did shit to me that she didn't even do to her baby daddies, bro. So I'm just saying, if you a nigga in this situation, that bitch hates you. Because ain't no motherfucker that love you gonna put you in a position where niggas you taking care of some kids, nigga, that don't love you. That bitch hates your fucking guts. And she gonna blame you for all the bullshit. So years pass. We got about 3 years between us. She's still getting into it with niggas. She's going through the same shit she was going through with me. Only difference is them niggas didn't go up top. Because I go, shit, at that time, I was going to go up top, snap, crackle, and pop. On some real shit. So she's still going through the same shit, dog, to everything that you were saying. Like, these motherfuckers be going through the same shit with different people.
Bro, they be having a different man in a different font. The same man in a different font. They be in Times New Roman and Wingdings over here in Comic Sans MS and got a baby with every font. These motherfuckers be having more babies than baby showers.
This shit's sad, my nigga. And then the girl, I hear women say this all the time. I heard 3 women say this. They love power, my nigga. They want a man with power so that they can get some of his power.
What they gonna do with it though?
Shit, just don't destroy shit.
Babe, what do women want with power? What you think they do? If you had to guess.
Women don't know what to do with power.
They fuck just to fuck shit up. Because the girl that I talk to, right? She's a very organized and administrative minded woman, and she's ex-military.
Yeah.
So she understands order, system, order, and structure. She always link with a man and be a part of his vision. And when shit don't go right, she'll take away her influence and fuck off the nigga's vision. Does that make sense?
No.
Like she will become a first lady. She will become that first lady type of entity in whatever vision that nigga own. And then when shit don't go right, she'll take away her influence and dismantle the nigga vision.
In a way that's a bit of a manipulative tactic that she has learned, not only through the military, but just in her DNA. It's really it. I mean, it's nothing wrong with removing yourself, but nah, just walk away.
So if you a habitual walk awayer, right? You always insert yourself in somebody's goddamn purpose, and then you walking away. At some point, nigga, you got to be recognized as a fucking dismantling tyrant.
Yeah, she's a narcissist. That's that is narcissistic behavior. That is untrustworthy behavior. Because it's like it seems like, I mean, even though I don't know this individual, but why are you picking men that will allow you to do that?
They don't see you coming.
See? And this is why I be on the dude's necks. Y'all need to be aware of all these Hellcats out here. All of them. The pretty ones, the ugly ones, the ones that's only allowed in the dark. Y'all need to be aware of all of it.
I think that if you mess with a girl from Chicago, you done mess with the final boss. I'm dead, motherfucker. Said them motherfuckers gonna take you down.
With women in 2025, period. You strong. You men out here now that are like me personally, I could never see myself dating.
Tell them what you would be like if you was a man.
Oh man. Nah, I don't even want to talk about how I would be if I was a man.
Or even being, how would you be if you were single?
Ooh. If I was single right now, man, I wouldn't be in cahoots with nobody. Because my fight or flight would be enhanced. I would be very much I would have way more discernment. I would seek the counsel of men. I wouldn't even I would just, hey, what is out here?
Yes, it's little daddy, because then you got niggas that want to fuck you, because like you got most men, if you ask them if they'll fuck you, they'll fuck you. Like,
well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like it's crazy, because like your counsel should have been something that you grew up with, and there's very few men in this world that have the integrity where they're not going to even attempt to push the issue. Not saying that you will let it happen. I'm just saying, just won't even think of going there. Me, everybody that I deal with, woman, is safe. If I call you my people, because I got motion. I got my own bitches. and I don't want.
Ain't y'all tired?
I don't think none of my homeboys is like, I don't know how they explain. I don't think none of them niggas is sexy, so I don't want to fuck none of the bitches that they fuck with. Like, nigga, that's your bitch. Like, nigga, I don't want to be where your motherfucking draws is anywhere near. That ain't my kind of shit.
Right.
But I mean, have we all not been in that situation though at some point of our life?
Well, will we fuck something that nigga like something close to us that one of our loved ones was a part of? Nigga, please.
Look, I'll tell you, the only people that's been in those situations, generally speaking, is women. Because if men are in those situations, somebody dying.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a dangerous game, boy.
That's why it's dangerous.
Hence why I say you men need to be more mindful or more cautious about dealing with women.
Man, fuck them bitches, bro. They the devil.
Yes.
I heard a wise man say some real shit, and this nigga wasn't very smart, but the shit that he said was profound.
Look, let me tell you something.
This nigga told me, hold up, Vic.
Go ahead.
And this nigga, he wanted to get in the conversation because he heard a young wise man speaking. So she said he wanted to say some shit. This nigga said, you know why Eve and the snake understood each other? You know what that nigga said?
What'd he say?
Because they spoke the same language.
They spoke the same language. It only makes sense.
I said, God damn.
Yeah, like it's simple. Don't take but a few words, because truthfully, most issues come from people trying to paint a red flag a different color. It already presented to you what it was meant to be from the get-go. But we think, and when I say we, I'm talking about the opposite end of the equation, not necessarily nobody's individual experience, right? From the other end of it, we want to paint the red flag a different color so we can accept it better. And that's the worst thing that you could ever do, because it already showed you what it was. Here you are trying to paint a red flag green.
Or paint a red flag motherfucking green, fuchsia, black, and red.
Yeah, facts. And dress it in some other costume, you know what I'm saying, so we can accept it. Nah. Like, it take a long time for you to believe A spade is a spade, because you gotta have wisdom to go with that type of terminology. You 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, you don't even know how to play spades. Unless you raised in a house that do that. You know what I'm saying? But generally speaking, who does that resonate with the most or the least?
Yeah, let alone pinochle.
Come on now. Motherfucker barely learn how to play tongue.
Don't do that.
They ain't got but 5 cards. Uno. Niggas still ain't got the rules down for that. Can you hit a draw fold after reverse? So
can you hit a motherfucking draw four after a reverse? It's crazy.
Yeah. You see how you almost got lightweight offended by that because you didn't even know. Because you like, did somebody play me before in the game? Because you don't want nobody to just sit down and just be looking at you like you food every time you sit down. Because like, what if you was holding a draw fold and you ain't never played it?
A lot of these women were far more advanced in manipulating relationships than we were. So we'll come in and they'll just do it to us. Man, that girl had so much game on me in Chicago, nigga. I wasn't nothing but motherfucking food, boy.
You was food. And bro, like, because that's the thing. Which go back to the, like, did you make a post about unconditional love and men having more of that than women?
I sure did.
Okay, let me talk about that for a second. Because young girls between the age of 13 and 17 get more attention from grown men than they can ever get or show to young boys in the same age bracket. So they already getting game. They already had their heart broken. They already been violated in a lot of cases. They already been essayed. Their mamas already lied to them, didn't protect them. When they came to their mama as a woman and said, "Yo, man, that's supposed to be our stepdaddy abused me," and then their mamas said, "You was being fast with my man." So they grew up with mamas that was competing with them and didn't even know it.
That's fucked up.
It's crazy when you think about it. Those are non-biological men in their families, and then don't let them come from a long line of pedophiles and drug dealers, because that same pedophilia is already genetically embedded in the family. And they don't want to talk about that either. And so when you got a young man that ain't had none of those situations, he 22, 23 years old, he in college, she been getting adult attention since she was a child for the last 10 years. You got young Dontre in community college talking to young, you know what I'm saying, whatever lady it is that he like, that he think is real nice, but young Dontre don't know for the last decade she been getting molested, pimped out, whatever terminology you want to, you know what I'm saying, use. She been fighting her mama. She been fighting her sisters. She been getting slutted out of the aunt's house, damn near sold into human trafficking. And here you come talking about, let's go to the movies. She got 3 old men that give her money. She ain't got no daddy in the house. Her connection with men is real strange. But you ain't got no clue about none of this because you just want to go to the movies. And her proximity to men that won't hurt her is foreign at this point. You know what I mean?
So this clip right here, we're going to clip this and we're going to swing that into next week's show.
Hell yeah. We definitely will.
So this is at 149, 148-ish.
Yeah, call it out. You know what I'm saying? So for sure.
That was a nice swing clip.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Because like I said that to say, most young men are well-meaning when they come into a situation where they want to attract a good woman. Most young men believe whatever their mamas tell them, and most men that grow up with their fathers have the placement, access, and authority to tell their son, "Hey, man, temper your expectations."
That's the title next week.
Temper your expectations.
What's on the screen?
All right. The mamas in competition with their own daughters were hoes. They got saved 90% of the time. Talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, shout out to Sydney, man. Sydney be co-hosting, bringing people to the conversation. She always present. We gonna always bring Sydney up.
Who is Sydney to you?
Sydney is a Facebook friend, and she was also one of my first consults. She booked me, took me seriously. I talked to her about a couple things, and she made her own situation make sense. You know, because that's one of the things I do in my consultations is I don't try to sell somebody something. I try to tell them, look through this lens and look at your own life and see if what I'm telling you is applicable to that. If you want more and you bring me a specific situation, we can deal with that on a one-on-one basis. You know what I mean? But like everything in your life, bro, goes through a certain filter. You see your life through the way that you was raised until somebody comes and tells you otherwise. Like, how many conversations we had offline long before we even decided to get on camera, if it was even worth it, that said, you know what, I was raised this way and I was thinking this way, but it had to make sense before we decided if it was worth getting on camera, right?
Yeah, man, it's a really unique situation because you know we are the polarity of each other.
Right, man. It like let me tell you how sensitive a space this actually is between men like you and men like me. Most men that got the origins that you got, they want to kill me.
And most men that got the origins that you got, nigga, think that I'm beneath them.
Like, and I don't even see it that way. I see it as a means to an end to having the right conversation, because I come with the solution, and you got to have men that represent the problem that say, hey, man, I take full ownership in my equity in the issue. I don't want to be the dude on the other side when you get through your issue that talk down to you. That's what my first book was about. Look, bro, like writing my first book taught me a lot, because I had to look at the front, the middle, and the outside of it. You know what I mean? And one of the things I always see in our community as Black people is that we will tell somebody something very completely derogatory about themselves. They'll call me a coon, call me this, and call me that. And then the minute that I align with what they believe in that makes them comfortable, they want to call me a brother. But 2 days ago I wasn't shit.
Never shit.
Right. So I said I need to be careful in the way that I deliver my message, because that's the very thing that turned me off from even aligning myself to be in communication with people that will talk crazy to me and then act like they're going to embrace me later on when they can benefit from it, right? So I had to figure that out when I was putting my message out. Yeah, I was saying, you know, the people that's raised in single mother homes perpetuate a lot of the issues that we complain about that the whole Black community got to wear, right? But then I had to dial it back and say the people that fit the behavior, because you know what you can always can't change, bro? You can't change the way that you was born, but you can change the way that you behave. After you become an adult, I can't penalize you for the choices that your mother and your father made that brought you into the world. But I could say, hey, look, the people that fit this behavior move this way 80% of the time. And there's plenty of statistics that back that up. If you want to be mad, stop fitting the behavior. It ain't what you called, it's what you answer to, right?
Yeah.
How many people got a grandmama that told them that? Everybody got game from their grandmama, right?
Yeah.
If their grandmama was worth a damn. So I'm not going to penalize you for what you didn't hear. But I will tell you this is the behavior that was already outside before you got outside. I saw something different than you. But you can't be penalizing me for having an opinion of the behavior that I see. What I'm supposed to do, close my eyes and act like I ain't see it? That's dumb. You know what I'm saying? So like the people that's raised opposite myself, I've ran into more people that always try to argue the exception, but I don't give a fuck. Because the majority is the problem. That's why it's a problem, because the majority of the people that fit the behavior cause the issue. And y'all know these people. But what I look like talking about something that I didn't grow up with, it make more sense to talk to somebody that grew up the same way, that overcame that situation and said, you know what, bro, the way I was raised wasn't right. It could have been better. If I was raised right, I would raise my kids the same way. Most men ain't gonna say that. They're not gonna say that. They're gonna argue the exception and try to apologize for their mamas. But the gays and the gangsters come from the same root, and they the same fruit. And it don't happen nowhere else the same way it happens in the melanated community. It don't make sense to nobody else unless they raised the same way. So all of that has come with a level of a penalty for men that have been raised in two-parent homes. So those men that ain't raised like me, they get the right to tell me to shut the fuck up, because the majority of them are raised the same way. But fuck y'all if you fit the behavior. Like, truthfully, because when the women that I listen to and I talk to talk about the men that they attracted to, they don't even realize they raised the same way as the men that they attracted to, and then they reproduce with those men and make the same type of men that they can't stand. And they still can't see it until I come tell them. But the few that get it, they understand it, and they take ownership because I explain it in such a way that where they can't duck it. But up until this point, which brings our connection full circle, is that men like you got to lead this conversation, because those lollipop ass niggas, the men that chase vagina, the men with multiple baby mamas that don't want to correct their behavior, that ain't got nothing to tell their daughters, nothing to tell their sons, don't understand why they keep doing the same thing that they doing. Because nobody told their dad. Because a lot of y'all that fit the behavior that I'm talking about that's listening, y'all daddies raised by your grandmamas, and your grandmamas was hoes. You got a bunch of side babies reproducing with each other because you ain't got no connection to family. You don't understand it. You don't know what you're doing. This is dangerous. So just like it's fuck me, it's fuck y'all too if you fit the behavior. It got to be said. And as far as I'm concerned, it got to be more until it's somebody that can come on the other side and mediate that shit and say, you know what, man, we've been doing the wrong thing. We need to listen to somebody, because a man don't get to where he's supposed to become in life without coaching and mentorship. Men got to become nomads, because them women that raised y'all, they ain't got it right. They still hoes. Y'all still taking mentorship from hoes until you decide to break free from them. That's why you like hoes.
Emotionally trauma bonding, nigga. Niggas just go with what they know.
Come on, man. Just tell me when I'm lying. I ain't said nothing that don't make sense.
I feel like we Motherfucker, boy, niggas don't get, man. It's not about age, it's about stage. But you know, we here for it. I can't wait till we get to the point of where we're having a bigger audience and we're breaking through and we're just making people mad.
Yeah, I want to piss everybody off. Fuck them. Like it get to the point where the level of conversation make us sound like white men.
Coons,
pure coons. But they won't say nothing to them folks that they work for. They won't say nothing for them folks that they work for. But they'll wait all weekend or peruse the internet to just dump off all they bullshit on us.
Yeah, man, niggas have compassion. There's men out there. There's men out there that just have compassion for what the ignorant youth is doing, and that's a granted. I think Tony is one of them guys. He's just very compassionate about the condition that the community has been put in, and you know, guys like that, you know, they have the heart for it to directly deal with people, but you know, that knowledge got to be pushed down the pipeline, you know. True. And that's all that matters. And there got to be an nigga that ain't trying to hear none of that shit.
Yeah, man, fuck. Hey, I'm telling all of y'all, fuck everything that you represent, because it came from a woman and ain't meant for a man to live by.
Man, you be spazzing, man. You just said, man, I'm gonna tell all y'all, fuck everything you represent. Nigga, yeah. Yes.
Your daddy chased pussy. Your granddaddy had a side family. I don't give a fuck. I don't respect none of that shit. None of it. Because ain't nothing honorable.
Yeah, about a man. Nothing but brokenness came. Nothing but brokenness.
Nothingness. Ain't nothing honorable about a man that can't do right by one woman. Nothing. And I'm not saying that the woman is the standard. I'm saying that it ain't that many opportunities a man got in life before he died to live up to what he said he gonna do.
Yeah. There's very few men that can hold down multiple women down in a righteous way.
Man, even the greatest men in the Bible, their greatest defeat came at the hands of women.
Yeah.
So if the greatest men in the Bible are only in there because they failed, what does that say about you?
You're gonna go through what you go through. However, there's you do everything, man. There's you can do it.
I'm not saying that it can't be done. I'm just saying that it takes an exceptional man to do it. And if you don't do the work to become exceptional, then nothing matters. Like, and it ain't got nothing to do with money, because Nick Cannon got plenty of money, but he's even sitting back and now verbally saying that he made them kids out of trauma. And the only reason he's doing that is because it gives him a level of a lifeboat to say, hey man, I was in my feelings. That ain't good enough when you got kids involved. That's an excuse. That's a feminine disposition, which means his daddy was a cheater, which means his mama was probably manipulative. This stuff ain't got nothing but behavior connected to it. And your mama legitimized the way that you move.
Man, you ain't lying. You ain't gonna fucking lie.
That's why when they say a nigga's a bitch ass nigga, because a bitch raised him.
Yeah. Yeah, I that's part of my language. That's definitely part of my philosophy.
So when we start talking about relating it back to the topic, who is protecting women from women, it definitely ain't gonna be a man that's raised by a woman.
And that is a good place to leave off.
Yeah. So let's just keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like let's just be all the way thorough with this and leave it where it's supposed to be left. Because the truth is, the men that's listening to this, You got a choice to make. If you're gonna lay your life down for a woman that disrespects you, you deserve everything you get. I'm sorry, like you don't deserve better than the way that you accept. And nobody deserves to be treated better than the way they treat anybody. Nobody deserves to be treated better than their behavior. I can't make room for that because we got too much information. We got the whole internet. There was a whole civil rights movement that was handled out of church with church fans and programs. We got the internet, social media, and other people's firsthand experiences that we can either relate to or we can't. You got more information to succeed than fail. So at some point, you're gonna have to disconnect off your mama's titty and cut that umbilical cord and stop blaming other people for the way that your mama raised you. Stop being a clown and take ownership of your situation, whether you're a man or a woman. If you always in a tiff with women, you a bitch ass nigga, whether your gender. You could be a man or a woman, still be a bitch ass nigga. Because of the fight that you ain't never resolved with your own mama.
Shit, nigga. It ain't no fight to resolve. Sometimes you gotta, when you grow up in a dysfunctional household, you just gotta accept that nigga ain't no resolution.
Ain't no resolution. Like somebody gotta get out the scuffle. To one person, it's gonna always be a scuffle, but you can't fight if it ain't more than one person now.
I know I'm headed the right direction because my mama said she followed my page and she be listening to some of the things I say and she be like, damn.
Come on now. They ain't got no choice. Like, let's go to some of these comments before we get up out of here, bro. Because let me sit, man. I always bring it up, Sydney. I painted that situation beautifully, and then use it as an excuse to be a victim or keep having multiple kids. Nice to meet you guys. Hey, Sydney.
Sydney, I thought Sydney didn't have no kids.
She got one. You know, so she been in the mix the whole time. Naseem, I love this title and description. White women love teaching brown, black girls, women in the name of education, and it's literally re-education, aka torture.
Yeah. Oh, that's a deeper conversation.
Yeah, that is a deeper conversation, but it captures a lot of what we're saying. You know what I'm saying? But we have to, you know, like I had supervisors in the past that would tell me the best way to eat an elephant is one piece at a time. That right there is like a culminating moment. You know what I'm saying? So we need to put that to the back burner and come back to that assessment right there. Let's see here. Precisely. Anytime I have said it, that's exactly what I meant. I'm pretty sure she's speaking on how to deal with the conflict. A man or a woman got to recognize when the conflict ain't healthy for them. It's an unhealthy conflict at all times. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, generally speaking, arguing with women produces no fruit.
I don't even argue with women. I say what the fuck I say and watch them get mad.
I don't even argue with men. So arguing with women is less than that to me.
Yeah, I ain't going back and forth with no
because outside of my wife, I don't need no women to bless off on the next steps that I'm gonna take unless we done sign some paperwork. And that's why I said if I don't come in them, if I don't come from them, then she can't do nothing but work for me or twerk for me. It literally ain't no in between. Because for them, they look at us like if we ain't put no money in their pocket, then we ain't no value to them. We're a utility to each other until we sign some paperwork. And I ain't no trick.
Yeah, let that be known.
Come on now. Let's see. But other than that, hey man, what you want to say to the audience before we get up out of here? Because I'm about to shut it down.
Man, I want to say, man, we do appreciate everybody that tuned in like they said they was. Love y'all, man. Keep showing up. We gonna keep building. We got some special events coming up in the next week. Stay tuned. Just stay tuned. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it together. We're gonna figure it out.
Man, with that being said, it's your internet stepdaddy and I'm out, man.
Dontre the Misfit, holla at your boy.
Yeah. All right, folks. Appreciate you sticking with me to the end. This has been another episode of Beyond the Algorithm. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Go get the book. And most importantly, I will see you beyond the algorithm. That's where life actually happens.